Indefinite leave to remain or ILR is an immigration status which is how we settle in the UK. This is when you get the right to live, work and study in the UK for as long as you like and apply for public funds and benefit if you are eligible for it. It is also a step towards getting British citizenship and passport in the future. In this video, I'm going to share my experience of ILR application in the UK and how I prepared for it. Hey guys, my name is Suman. I'm an Indian doctor currently working in England. In this YouTube channel, I share my experience of life and work in the UK. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to know more on this topic. Also, a disclaimer for this video, I am not an immigration advisor, so please don't ask me complicated questions about visa related matters. I am only sharing my experience of ILR application in August 2022. The immigration rules might change in the future and you will find the most credible and relevant information on the gov.uk website. So please check the up-to-date guidance before proceeding with your own application. I came to UK in 2015 as a medical training initiative or MTI doctor. I started on a tier 5 visa, which is a government exchange visa. The tier 5 visa is not considered for your ILR application. So this is an important point to consider if you are thinking of coming to UK through the MTI route. I switched my tier 5 visa to tier 2 visa after completing 2 years MTI post in 2017. The name of tier 2 visa has now changed. For medical professionals, this includes doctor, nurses and other healthcare professionals. This visa is now called Health and Care Worker Visa. For other skilled workers working in the UK, this is now known as Skilled Worker Visa. So for next 2 years, my hospital trust was the sponsor for my tier 2 visa. Subsequently in 2019, when I started training in respiratory and general medicine, I had to reapply for a tier 2 visa and specifically to change my sponsor from my hospital trust to Health Education England. All trainee doctors in England will have the same visa sponsor, that is Health Education England. I was eligible for ILR application after spending 5 years on tier 2 visa. This included two different sponsors in my case. To be eligible for ILR, you need to satisfy certain criteria. Number one is you must have lived and worked in the UK for 5 years. Important point to remember here is that you must have spent no more than 180 days outside the UK in any 12 months period. Number two is that you need to meet the salary requirements for your job. For healthcare workers, these rules are somewhat relaxed because we are on the shortest occupation list. Number three is that you will continue to be needed for your job and meet the salary requirements after you get indefinite leave to remain. You will need a document from your employer or your sponsor to confirm this information. Next, you need to pass two different exams for ILR application. The first one is an English test where you have to demonstrate B1 level competency in English language by passing an approved English language test. Some of the test providers are IELTS, SELT and Trinity College London. You will find the list of the provider in the gov.uk website. The second test that we all need to pass is known as Life in the UK test. This is an online test which you have to take in Pearson View Centre in the UK. You will need approximately 1 to 2 months to study and practice the exam questions. There are some excellent videos on YouTube for preparing for this exam, and also you can subscribe to the official Life in the UK test preparation material which are available online. I'm going to leave the link of some of this down in the description box below. Please feel free to check them out. The earliest you can apply for ILR is up to 28 days before you have been in the UK for 5 years on a qualifying visa. ILR is a huge financial commitment. The fees for standard application for one person is £2,404. For priority service, add another £500, so it becomes £2,904. For super priority application, you need to add another £800, so it becomes £3,204 for one applicant. For the biometric appointment, you might be lucky to get some free slots, but in my case, I had to pay for a paid slot. It was £132 for each applicant. So for me and my wife, we paid £264 in total. In my case, the total cost of super priority ILR application and paid biometric appointments were £6,672. This is a huge amount, and I would suggest to try and start saving for this few years in advance. It will be helpful to ensure that your credit card can accommodate this kind of a huge transaction. And if you plan carefully, then you can use a cashback credit card to get some money back on this kind of a transaction. For example, I use American Express credit card, which gives me cashback for every transaction that I make. If you are interested, please check out the referral link of the American Express credit card in the description box below. You can use this card to get cashback on your day-to-day transactions. The online application for ILR was quite straightforward, and you can do it yourself easily. They will ask for some personal details like your name, address, passport and BRP details. Most important part of the application is your travel history. You have to be very careful while filling out your travel history. You will need to provide the dates of all departures and arrivals from and to the UK. You can get these dates from your passport stamps or from the flight tickets of your travel if you have them. For COVID related restriction in the last 2 years, we have not been traveling out of the country. But despite this, it was a tedious job to find out the date when we left the country and when we came back from our passport. If you were due for your ILR application in next few years, then I would suggest please maintain an Excel sheet where you record the dates of travel in and out of the country. This is going to save you a lot of hassle in the time of your application. After submitting the online application and paying the fees, then you will have to go to the Sopra Stadia website and upload all the supporting documents. You will get a list of all the necessary documents during the online application. In my case, the only mandatory document was passport. We also uploaded our BRP along with the passport. Another very important document to support your application will be the letter from your employer. This is one of the most confusing part of my application. I got a letter from my last hospital who were my previous visa sponsors. But during my training, I rotate to a different hospital every year. So I was quite confused about how and from whom I need to get a letter to cover my training duration. In the region where I train, we have a lead employer model. So the lead employer provided me a letter on behalf of all the rotating hospitals. After that, I emailed Health Education England or HEE along with this letter, and HEE provided me a supporting letter. But these letters did not mention the exact dates when I took the annual or the study leaves. I myself didn't have any record for every annual leave and study leave that I took over last 2.5 years. However, the letter mentioned that I did not take any unauthorized leave. This was actually enough for ILR purposes. If you have faced the same dilemma, then please don't worry about it. You don't need to mention every single date of your annual leave and study leave on this letter. As long as they clarify that you have not taken any unauthorized leave, this is enough for ILR purposes. Please hit the like button if this was one of the questions bothering you before you started watching this video. I also uploaded my certificate of sponsorship for my current visa. I also have to upload my most recent payslip and my bank statement which showed my salary being credited to my bank account. I provided council tax bills which was proof of cohabitation with my wife. Her name was also added onto the council tax bill. For English language competency, I provided the certificate of Trinity College English test which I used during my tier 2 application back in 2017. My wife sat for IELTS CELT test. We both have IELTS academic certificate but they are now expired, so we did not use our IELTS academic certificate for the purpose of this visa. After uploading all the supporting documents, we booked an appointment for biometrics. Unfortunately, there were no free slots available, so we had to pay for our biometric appointment. During the appointments, the only document we needed to carry with us was our passport. Everything else was already uploaded beforehand. Next day, after submitting our biometrics, we received a confirmation email from Home Office which said that our decision for ILR is successful. The new BRP arrived in post which we had to sign for after another 4 days. This was a huge relief as now we are assured of our stay in the UK. Also, my wife is due to start her GP training in next few months, so this was very important that she's got ILR status. Otherwise, she will have to apply for another tier 2 and spend another 5 years in the UK before she can apply for ILR. Also, now our daughter who was born in the UK while we had tier 2 visa will be eligible for British citizenship. Me and my wife will be eligible for British citizenship in 2023 after spending 1 year on the ILR. Please subscribe to this channel and like this video if this topic is of interest to you. I hope after watching this video you will feel more confident while applying for your own ILR. All the best for your ILR application. Thank you for watching.